What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. So we got some breaking news right now regarding Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith. Artur Beterbiev has returned an atypical finding for raised levels of human growth hormone and testosterone metabolite 5D androstenediol in a December 6th VADA test ahead of his fight versus Callum Smith on Saturday. However, both substances occur naturally in the body, and an atypical finding is not a violation like an adverse finding / positive test would be. So the fight is set to go ahead because follow-up tests requested by VADA were all negative. Honestly, I don't even know why this is out there for. I've said many times, I don't trust the science. I don't think the scientists really trust the science. Don't get me wrong. Is there some people working at VADA who believe what they're doing is right? Probably. But if you look into science, there's 5 people saying one thing and 5 people saying another. I bet if you had 10 scientists look at the results, half would say he's juiced, half would say he's not. It's all based on what they call it, peer review. A peer review is what another man said, right? Or what another man thinks. Oh well, a whole bunch of non-perfect humans also agree, so that means it has weight. Not in my mind. Things are either right or they're wrong, or you ain't got a clue. Hands in the air, ain't got a clue. Do you know? That's how I feel. I feel like most people, I don't care how long you've studied it, hands in the air, you ain't got a clue. Unless it's like 1 + 1 is 2, right? There's certain things that are a fact. But who knows what these guys are or aren't doing. I'm over it. I said this back in the Conor Benn situation. I ain't interested. Because if you're too interested, it's too much to work out. It's impossible to work out. It's hard enough trying to predict boxing fights. We just saw O'Hara Davis, 31-year-old or however old he is, go in there and get smoked by a 70,000-year-old Mayan Egyptian Nephilim Anunnaki. Yeah? So it's hard enough trying to predict things that make sense. Okay, O'Hara Davis, young, hungry, he about to go in there with 70 million-year-old dude. Let me show you dude again, just in case you forgot. Yeah? We can't even predict the outcome of this cat here. This cat stays smoking on dudes in their prime. Never mind, is there a metabolite in Beterbiev that's atypical or adverse? And I'm over it, not interested. I just want to see Artur Beterbiev fight the best. I'm not saying it should be a free-for-all, but for these kind of ones, what are we doing? What's the point in this? Where's it leading? No one knows. It puts a speculation out there, right? But none of us are going to know. And then even if Beterbiev was juiced, we still then don't even know. Did he know? Was it in the boar meat? I don't know. Where's he from? Where's Beterbiev from? He's from one of them ones. Yeah. Has Beterbiev been eating some moody boar meat from the back arse of the Kazakhstani jungle? Not jungle, the Kazakhstani forest. Don't know, who knows? Yeah, them Kazakhstani game. Yeah, Kazakhstani game, they've been surviving. And natural selection says that the strongest survive. So who's to say that the game in Kazakhstan isn't producing abnormal levels of testosterone? You're then eating it. Do you know what I'm saying? In theory, only the most juicy animals should exist. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones who are going to be the fastest, be the strongest, etc, etc. Anyway, I'm messing. The fact of the matter is, I ain't got a clue. Don't care. Even if I had a clue, I wouldn't care. I want to see the guy fight. I want to see Beterbiev versus Smith this weekend. I want to see Beterbiev versus Bivol ultimately. And that's the bottom line. I ain't trying to be involved in any of this politics business. Too many times it gets in the way of things. Now, if this guy is genuinely cheating, obviously, like Conor Benn, he should be struck off. But who am I to judge? We only get information from bodies. Anyone who knows anything about government bodies knows that they're worthless. You don't know what's going on here, in that sense. You don't know what interests are at stake here. Are they trying to slander his name? Who knows? You just don't. Anyway, Beterbiev has reacted to these allegations and he said the following: "It has come to my attention that Callum Smith intends to disseminate misleading information about my VADA testing for this fight. Let me be clear now. I am a clean athlete, yeah? I have never tested positive for a banned substance throughout my career. Any attempt to imply otherwise through innuendo or suggestion is slanderous and libelous. This conduct is beyond acceptable trash talk. Callum is already searching for excuses, looking for a way out. See you Saturday. Wow. You can't argue with that. Well, I guess you could. If the guy's juiced, the argument would be, well, my name's Callum Smith and I don't really want to see you Saturday because you're juiced. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, but if he's not juiced, Beterbiev, he coming with it. And I ain't being funny, but listen, I've seen Beterbiev actually in harder fights than Callum Smith. Fact. Callum Smith is a politician in the ring. He fought, what's the guy's name? John Ryder. Wasn't impressed with that performance. Weak. Yeah? He fought Canelo. Wasn't impressed with that performance. Weak. Beterbiev, he a dog. I've seen Beterbiev go from a 7-1 favourite against Yard, and then at one point it was like 50-50 because Yard came back and Beterbiev went on to finish the job. I've seen Beterbiev get off the mat against Callum Johnson, is it? Either way, he gets off the mat and handles business. Callum Smith ain't really out there living like that. He politicking. He politicked with Canelo. That was shocking to watch. Oh, well, it only had 7 weeks preparation. Whose fault is that? No one asked you to do that. No one asked you not to be in the gym. Yeah? These athletes, you're an athlete. That is your job. Your job is to be in the gym. Don't be telling me, well, I'm an athlete, but Canelo, that's the whole point. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Yeah? I could be in the mix with Canelo. Let me not wait until it's signed. Let me get my ass in the gym. Oh, but, it's hard to be motivated without a date. Whose fault's that? Yeah? Every other man has to work. Look, listen. Every other man has to work 9 to 5. We don't need a date. Well, I don't 100%. But if you work 9 to 5, yeah, you don't need a date for that, do you? You know you got to get your ass up 9 to 5 every damn day. These fighters are spoiled. Oh, I can't get motivated unless I've got a fight date. If that's the case, don't then use that as an excuse. The fact that you can't handle your business like everyone else has to do. Boxers should have the same mentality as everyone else. I get up 9 to 5 and do my job. Fight date or not. And otherwise, if you don't do that, don't use it as an excuse. Oh, well, Canelo caught me sleeping on 6 weeks. No, he didn't. You caught yourself sleeping on 6 weeks. Yeah? Simple as that. Same as Liam Smith against Eubank. Oh, I knocked Eubank out and then, I put on 70 pounds in weight. Why are you telling us that for? I didn't ask your big ass to go to McDonald's and stay there. Eubank didn't ask your big ass to go to McDonald's and stay there. No one asked your big ass to go there and do way too much in McDonald's. That's what he was doing. Liam Smith was doing beefy. He wasn't even eating beef. Fair play, man. If Liam Smith had been eating beef, lean beef, he'd have been fine. He wasn't. He was eating that knockoff plastic beef from McDonald's. Fact. Doing way too much with it. Bottom line. So I ain't trying to hear no more of these ones. Yeah, but Beterbiev, if he come with it. Callum Smith, show up and fight. Or don't. I got a feeling he's going to be a don't. Yeah? Because if you can't show up against Ryder, if you can't show up against Canelo, you ain't showing up against Beterbiev. He can't be on the arse. I hope I'm wrong, though. I think the fight's on paper a good fight, but is he going to turn up? That said, Callum Smith has turned up against George Groves. That's really his only decent win, though. And George Groves was, well, come on, people. Carl Froch had the best of George Groves, if we're honest here. Carl Froch had the best of George Groves, like 2013. I think it was 2014. Yeah? Twice he had the best of him. Twice Carl Froch had the best go on George Groves. The best round. Some men, or some people in relationships, yeah. When you're with a female, you talk about rounds. Oh, we had 3 rounds today. Yeah, of all the rounds, George Groves has had on him, Carl Froch had the best of them. Whatever Callum Smith had, they weren't the best. They was the last rounds. Do you know what I'm saying? They weren't the good ones. Yeah, they was dead rounds. they was like sympathy rounds. Do you know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of rounds. Let's say you broke up with a female and you end up begging so hard that she eventually kind of caves in, and you end up round there, and you end up getting a little beat out of it. They're the kind of rounds that Callum Smith got, the pity rounds. You know what I'm saying? Them rounds, they're the ones that you get once and then she ain't never going to call you again. Pitiful rounds. No self-respecting having ass rounds. Anyway, yeah, let's see how the fight goes. I mean, why would Beterbiev juice for this fight? Has he been juicing before and he's trying to... I just don't believe it, people. I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. I just don't. This guy's had 30, 40 fights, never nothing. And I blame Nevada on this one, again. I mean, John Jones had a similar situation, and picograms. I don't know about John. I don't know. Yeah, who knows what he be on. But Beterbiev, he's solid, in my mind. I trust him. For what that's worth. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors, but yeah, I don't see the play here, if I'm honest. Anyway, intriguing fight. Let's see how it plays out. All I'm saying is, don't use this as an excuse, Callum. Yeah? If he's juiced in your mind, punch the juice out of him. Callum Smith should be saying right now, listen, yeah, I'm fixing to punch that juicy ass up. China doesn't export enough juice to save this guy. Do you understand, people? This guy could be pinning all the juice he wants out of China, and it ain't make a difference. Because I'm touching this here. You can't juice this here. This is nervous system, yeah? This is parasympathetic nervous system. When I touch it, it goes. So no matter muscle you can put on this one. You can do all the neck rolls you want. Oops, pop, sleeping. As O'Hara Davis found out, all due respect. Let's not forget, people. Do you not think O'Hara Davis weren't doing neck rolls? Of course he was doing neck rolls. He was doing this one. He was doing that one. He was doing all the rolls. What happened? Pop goes the weasel is what happened. Yeah? And that's what Callum Smith should be bringing. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell, 100%, no doubt.